Antonio Gilliard to the podium. Mario Varner to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
11/27/1964.
Your name, please.
Antonio Gillard.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and 6 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. I found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50. Sir, you also have 6 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date on all of these is March 30th in the downtown Superior Court. On all of them, I'm finding probable cause as to new Term 1 violations. You have the following secured appearance bonds. On the first one, it's $500. Second one is $500. Third one is $500. Fourth one is $1,000. Fifth one is $500. Sixth one is $500. Sir, if you're able to bond out on all of your matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days.
Right.
Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Mario Varner to the podium. Vincent Perez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Mario Lee Varner, 3384.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case and 3 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for organized retail theft, a Class 4 felony, resisting arrest, Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50 on your new case. You also have 3 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date is March 30th in the downtown Superior Court for all 3 of those. Each one has a secured appearance bond of $1,000, so you get a grand total of $3,050 secured appearance. If you're able to bond out on all of your matters, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victims or witnesses, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Vincent Perez to the podium. Troy Bowens to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Vincent Angel Perez II, 5305.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and 2 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, failure to admit to carrying a deadly weapon, Class 1 misdemeanor, resisting arrest, Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50. You also have 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date on both of those is March 30th in the downtown Superior Court, finding probable cause as to new Term 1 violations on both of your probation violations, setting secured appearance bonds at $2,500 on the first one, $500 on the second, so you have a total of $3,050 secured appearance for all 3 cases. If you're able to bond out on all 3 of your matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You're not to return to the scene of your arrest. Most importantly, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, Your Honor. You said I have 2 probation violations. Why do I have 2?
Sir, you're on probation on the first case.
Oh, in my second case?
You have 2.
That's why I have 2. Okay.
That's why you have 2.
All right, my bad.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right,
Thank you. You have a good day.
Please step to your left for your paperwork. Troy Bowens to the podium. Enrique Lozano to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
And 8581,
Your name, please?
Troy Bowens.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and assault as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond at $2,500. You also have a probation violation warrant. It's actually a failure to appear warrant. So I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date is March 30th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's a $250 secured appearance bond. So you got a grand total of $2,750 secured appearance. If you're able to bond out on both matters, you're to have no contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey any orders of protection that are put out against you. You must contact your PO within 3 days once you bond out. And also, if you bond out, you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever, including electronically or through third parties, even if they contact you first. You're warned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Enrique Lozano to the podium. Lee Richmond to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Yes, sir. My name is Enrique Lozano, 72792.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a municipal court warrant, a Superior Court arrest warrant, and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your felony warrant first. Probable cause was previously found for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. These were alleged to have occurred back on July 8th of 2025. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50.
I think that I took care of that already. Why did it pop back up? Or
Yeah, sir, I'll answer your questions. Let me finish up everything first. No worries. Sir, you also have a municipal court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 26th. That's at the Peoria City Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. And then you have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date on this is March 30th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. So you got a grand total of $1,050 secured appearance. If you're able to bond out on all your matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey the order of protection that's out against you. And the most important thing, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days.
I don't even have a PO.
Sir, you do have a PO. Let me let you.
It says I'm unsupervised.
Sir, your PO's name is Mason Noland. Their phone number is going to be in your paperwork, all right? And then, sir, to answer your question about that, those charges from back in July, what happened last time back in July? Did they dismiss it?
Yeah, I went to court. I was in jail, and then I went to court, and they took care of it.
Yeah,
so I got like time served or something.
So, sir, no, that's not what happened. What happened is they dismissed it at the time because they didn't have the drug test results yet. Now that they have the drug test results, they found another judge found probable cause to bring the charges back. So now those charges are back. All right, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you. Lee Richmond to the podium. Aaron Romero to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
Lee Richmond, 0710-1985.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 30th in the Downtown Superior Court. You have 2 secured appearance bonds of $500, so that's a total of $1,000 secured appearance. If you're able to bond out on both of your matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 24 hours because you're in intensive probation services. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
What were the warrants for?
Probation violations, sir.
Both of them?
What were your violations?
No, they were both for probation.
That's right.
Okay.
You're on 2 probation cases, and so both of them, your PO filed violations on both your probation violation cases.
All right.
All right, sir. Any other questions?
No.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for paperwork.
Thank you too.
Aaron Romero to the podium. Andrew Allen to the chair, please.
Aaron Elias Romero, 41179.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 30th in the downtown Superior Court. You have secured appearance bonds of $500 on each of your cases, total $1,000 secured appearance. If you're able to bond out on both matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, how much is the bond? So how much would I have to put up?
So it's $1,000 secured. You can use the bond company.
Okay.
So yeah, so don't just think it's 10%. Usually nowadays it's between 10 and 15% plus fees on top of that too.
So roughly what would it be like?
Sir, I couldn't tell you just because every bond company is a little bit different. So they got different bond company phone numbers posted up on the walls. Go ahead and give them a call. See one gives you the best deal, or see which one.
Okay, and it's just it's just a violation of probation.
It's 2 different probation violation cases, sir.
All right.
Yeah. Anything else, sir?
No.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Andrew Allen to the podium. Michael Saros to the chair, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Name and date of birth, please.
Andrew Allen, 8/24/92.
Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for disobeying an order of the court, class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 26th. That's at the Peoria City Court.
Okay.
Setting a secured appearance bond of $500. If you're able to bond out, you're to have no contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey the order of protection that's out against you. You may have no contact with the victim whatsoever, including electronically or through third parties, even if they contact you first. Sole exception will be communication through the U.S. Post and email regarding child health care and child care exchange. You're warned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Do you have any questions about how you can contact the victim in this case, sir?
No, but am I being released or am I being held until?
You're going to be held unless you can post $500 secured appearance.
Oh, wow, I can do that.
All right. Any other questions, sir?
No.
All right. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you. This one? Yep.
Michael Saros to the podium. Dylan Hall to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Michael James Saris,
Date of birth, please.
10/7/1979.
Thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your last name. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated DUI, Class 4 felony. I found probable cause and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 7 and April 9 in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you today. There's going to be some conditions to your release. You're going to be on supervised release. You're going to be alcohol and drug tested and monitored. You're going to have an electronic ankle monitor. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must contact your PO within 3 days upon your release, and you may not operate any type of motor vehicle. Sir, do you understand all these conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Promise to appear on April 7 and April 9 in the downtown Superior Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
That's right.
Do you have any weapons you need to give up?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you can't drive a car. What's your plan to get to court?
I'll be transportation by my mother.
Okay. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, it's your responsibility to give them a call once you're out of custody. You have to call them during normal business hours. If you fail to call pretrial services, you'll end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Any questions for me?
No.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Dylan Hall to the podium. Kendall Raymond to the chair, please.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Name and date of birth, please.
Dylan Joseph Hall, October 27th,
1987.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior, sir, it's not October 28th, it's the 27th?
I'm sorry, I meant to say the 28th.
All right.
Yeah.
You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for criminal damage, a Class 5 felony. I found probable cause and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you today. There's going to be some conditions to your release.
Okay.
You're going to be on supervised release.
Unsupervised or supervised?
Supervised.
Okay.
You're going to have an electronic ankle monitor. You're going to be on house arrest. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever, including electronically or through third parties, even if they contact you first. You're warned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Sir, do you understand all these conditions?
As best as I can at this time, yes.
You promise to follow all these conditions?
I do.
You promise to appear on April 7th and April 9th in the downtown Superior Court?
I do.
You understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest? I need to hear yes or no.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any weapons you need to give up?
Probably, yes.
Are those weapons at your home?
Yes.
All right. Do you have someone that can go and get them before you go back home?
Oh, apparently I can't go back home, according to the conditions of my release, so.
Were you two living together at the time?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then you should be okay since you can't go back to that address. Do you have someplace else to go?
We'll find somewhere.
All right. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you to the Supervision and Pretrial Services.
Okay.
Sir, it's your responsibility to give them a call once you're out of custody. You have to call them during normal business hours.
Okay.
If you fail to call pretrial services, you'll end up back here.
Okay.
Do you understand that, sir?
I believe so, so I'm being released on my own recognizance today, is that correct?
You're going to be released on supervised release. It's not on, because
Can you
you have
explain that
those.
to me a little bit?
I'm sorry?
Can you explain to me what that means?
Sure. You're going to get an envelope in your paperwork. That's your pretrial services envelope. Go
Okay.
ahead and give them a call. They'll tell you who to contact as your pretrial services supervisor, how often to contact them.
Okay.
Also, before you leave, you're going to have an electronic ankle monitor put on you anyway. So that's going to work in conjunction with your pretrial services supervisor.
Okay.
So it's not own recognizance release because you have that pretrial services supervisor.
Okay.
But you are going to be released today in about 4 to 5 hours.
Okie dokie, that's good.
Any other questions, sir?
I don't believe so. I'll get a copy of everything that you just stated, correct?
That's right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Please step to your left for paperwork. Kendall Raymond to the podium.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi. Name and date of birth, please.
Kendall Raymond, 11/3/91.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a Superior Court new case. You are here. You've been arrested for criminal damage, Class 6 felony, disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, refusal to give a true name, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I found probable cause and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 7th and April 9th in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you today. There's going to be some conditions to your release. You're going to be on supervised release. You're going to have an electronic ankle monitor. You're going to be on house arrest. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders of protection put out against you, you have to follow those orders. You must contact your PO within 3 days upon your release. And you cannot live with the alleged victims, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed one civil standby with local law enforcement to collect any essential belongings. You're warned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Sir, do you understand all these conditions?
Yes, I do.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes, I do.
Promise to appear on April 7 and April 9 in the downtown Superior Court?
April 7th and April 9th?
That's right.
Yes.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
I understand, yes.
Do you have any weapons you need to give up?
No.
Sir, do you know what a civil standby is?
Yeah, that's when the police come and watch you take your stuff out the house, so there's no problems.
That's right. All right, sir. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you to the Supervision and Pretrial Services. Sir, it's your responsibility to give pretrial services a call once you're out of custody.
Okay.
You have to call them during normal business hours.
Okay.
If you fail to call pretrial services, you'll end up back here. Do you understand that, sir?
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No questions at all.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. For the final 5 individuals, I have to visit them back at their cell. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Peter Ayala, date of birth 4/20/1994, here on a Superior Court new case. Arrested for burglary in the third degree, class 4 felony, criminal damage, class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the downtown Superior Court, setting a security appearance bond of $2,500. If he's able to bond out, pretrial services supervision. Not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Lewis Epperson, date of birth 7/14/1989, here on a Superior Court new case. Arrested for burglary in the second degree, class 3 felony. Killing or harming a work service animal, class 6 felony. Resisting arrest, class 1 misdemeanor. Not finding probable cause as to killing or harming a work service animal, class 6 felony. I am finding probable cause as to the remaining 2 charges. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the downtown Superior Court. He will be held non-bondable at this time because it's been alleged that he committed this offense while on release for another felony offense. Emilio Cardenas, date of birth 7/13/1980, here on a Superior Court new case. Arrested for aggravated assault, class 4 felony, resisting arrest, class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the downtown Superior Court, setting a security appearance bond of $5,000. If he's able to post bond, pretrial services supervision. No contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Lisa Duffy, date of birth 8/14/1990, here on a Superior Court new case. Arrested for aggravated assault, class 4 felony, shoplifting, class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are April 7 and April 9 in the downtown Superior Court. Upon a promise to appear, she'll be on supervised release with alcohol testing and monitoring, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Must obey the order of protection that's out against her. Shane Andrade, date of birth 9/14/1962, here on 2 failure to appear warrants. Not assigning new counsel, he'll go back to his original attorney. Next court dates are March 30th and April 1st in the downtown Superior Court. Affirming security appearance bonds of $500 in each case. If he's able to post bond, pretrial services supervision, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After visiting with these individuals back to their cell, I found to make any changes to these release conditions. I'll come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 8 a.m. calendar.
I'm seeing you on possession of a dangerous drug and trafficking stolen property. On the dangerous drug case, sir, this is CR 20261047. This is a post-indictment matter. There's a warrant for your arrest for $500. I'm inclined to honor that warrant given that you were previously released to pretrial services and didn't comply. Mr. Gogia, did you want to be heard before I approve?
Yes, Your Honor. So on that $500 bond, so in this matter, there was a return to sender notice document. So basically, he never had notice of that court hearing. Based on that, I would request the court to release him to pretrial services. Otherwise, $500 bond is fine.
And so, Mr. Leon, I'm going to hold you on that bond. I generally do release people for charges like this. However, you were previously released to pretrial services at your initial appearance, and you didn't stay in touch with them. And that's why I'm going to hold you on that $500 bond, sir. I'm going to appoint the PD's office, set your court date, sir, for March 30th at 1:30 p.m. That is going to be your arraignment. Sir, on your new charges, I'm also going to hold you on a bond to make sure you're getting time credit. We'll do another $500 bond, sir. No contact with any of the alleged victims in this case. Your court date's going to be April 2nd at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you again. This court date, sir, is unlikely to go, so please speak to your attorney about these different court dates. Your arraignment will absolutely be taking place. The preliminary hearing on the new charges likely will not be, So speak to your attorney about when you need to appear at court if you do post those bonds. And with that, sir, you're excused. Your name, please, sir.
Sus Martinez Rosales.
Martinez Rosales, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of narcotics, possession of dangerous drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Sir, have you heard of the STEPS program?
Yes,
You have. Are you interested in doing that?
not really.
Okay. Then I will not set a STEPS screening. Give me 1 second then, sir, to review what pretrial services is written. All right. So, counsel, given Mr. Martinez Rosales' lack of priors, but the failure to appear scale of a 3, my inclination would be a $500 cash and secured bond. Does other party wish to be heard? I understand that the state's asking he be released to pretrial services, but the state was also asking for a step screening. I'm not sure if that pretrial service recommendation would still apply. Mr. Gant?
Thank you, Judge. I think given his rejection of steps, that makes sense. So I'm fine with the court setting a small bond.
Mr. Gogia?
Your Honor, I would still request for pretrial services given his lack of felony history, but I defer to the court.
Sir, we're going to do a $500 cash or secured bond. You're going to have court on April 2nd at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you. Please speak to your attorney about what to expect, sir, in the next couple of weeks, because that court date is unlikely to go, sir. On the city court case, sir, I'm going to hold you on a $500 bond as well. It's cash and secured. Order no contact with the alleged victim. I understand that's your mother. This can always change at a future date. You may not go back to her residence or workplace. I'm going to appoint the city PD's office to represent you. Set court in front of Judge Hale on March 31st, sir. At 1:45 p.m. And the city PD will assist you in your city court cases, sir. The enter pleas of not guilty, sir, and you're excused. Your name, please, sir.
Right, Robert Daniel III.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing you on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, strangulation, and domestic violence kidnapping. The state's asking for a $100,000 bond. Law enforcement appears to be indicating that I place a high bond as well. I say that only because they mentioned a history of allegations, but they did not put that in their justification for bond recommendation. I'm just telling you, sir, how I'm interpreting what the last section of their statement of probable cause is reading as. My inclination, counsel, was a $50,000 cash or secured bond. Does either party wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. So he's a 3 out of 6 on the FTA scale. He has no prior FTAs in last 2 years. He has been living in Tucson since the last 48 years, and he is employed full-time as a chef. Based on that, I would request a bond lower than 50,000.
Thank you, Mr. Gogia. Mr. Gant, did you want to be heard regarding my inclination given your recommendation?
Yes, thank you, Judge. I'm still asking for a $100,000 bond. I interpreted the probable cause statement in a similar way than the court did, and just noting the violent nature of the allegations and the continual risk he poses to the victim. Farther, what elevated me to 100,000 on my request is the fact that he's on probation for aggravated assault. So with those two factors, I'm still asking for a $100,000 bond.
And counsel, I did not see pretrial services report until just now. Mr. Gant, I see what you're stating. Just so you're aware, Mr. Montano, what Mr. Gant, the prosecutor, is stating is that it looks like there's allegations that you were on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It's on probation for 4 years on January 22nd after a 1-year jail term. Because of all these factors, because of the underlying allegations, I am going to go with the state's recommendation of a $100,000 cash or secured bond. If you do post that bond, sir, you may not return to the victim's residence or work, regardless of whether you post that bond. No contact with the alleged victim. I'm going to appoint the LD's office to represent you and set a preliminary hearing for April 2nd at 1:30 p.m., sir. That court date is unlikely to go, so please speak to your attorney about why I set that court date. And with that, sir, you're excused.
Thank you.
Montoya?
Your name, please, sir.
Benjamin Montoya.
Montoya, I'm seeing you on charges of burglary in 3rd degree and aggravated harassment. State's asking for a $1,000 bond, sir. The law enforcement is asking that I place a high bond on you. I also see there's a Department of Corrections hold, sir. So if you were to post a bond or I were to release you, you would go back to the Department of Corrections until that sentence is expired. For that reason, I am inclined to place you or to put a $1,000 bond on you. Mr. Gogia, did you want to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
So, sir,
Your Honor, I would like to say something.
no, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say is being recorded, being broadcast, and the state's listening, sir. But you can say something.
The infraction that happened with what is it? What was the second charge that you guys got me with?
So burglary in 3rd degree and aggravated harassment.
All right. I don't know where burglary came from, but the harassment was a violation of I was placed on a no.
It's best if you don't admit to committing a crime. All right, sir, I'm going to make sure that you can speak to an attorney before you admit to committing a crime on the broadcasted network. I'm going to approve this $1,000 cash bond, no returning to the victim's residence or work, no contact with the alleged victim, recognizing the DOC hold, appointing the legal defender, and setting a court date for April 2nd at 1:30 p.m. And with that, sir, you're excused. I don't know. All right, sir, your name, please.
Kevin Purdy.
Mr. Purdy, I'm seeing you on charges of sales of narcotics, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. Law enforcement's asking for a high bond. The state's asking for a $25,000 bond. Mr. Gogia, my inclination was a $25,000 cash bond, given the information in the interim complaint and the request from law enforcement. Did you want to be heard, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm on disability. I don't work. This $25,000 bond is.
Oh, sorry. I was asking your attorney if you wanted to be heard.
Oh, I'm
You can
sorry.
be heard as well, sir.
Your Honor, if I can I get a second because
course you
there's
Yeah, no, please do.
just a
Yeah.
second. Your Honor, I believe he has a DOC hold, so if he could get a nominal bond for time credits.
Yeah, the prison release date is April 12th, though, so I think he's going to kill his number in a couple of weeks. My inclination is that $25,000 bond. Mr. Purry, I hear what you're saying. The allegations are that you were selling quantities. I don't know what large is anymore, but large enough quantities of fentanyl powder. So I am going to hold you on a $25,000 cash bond. Appoint the PD's office to represent you. Your court date's April 2nd at 1:30 p.m. That court date's unlikely to go, sir. Please speak to your attorney about why I've set that court date and what to expect in the next couple of weeks. Yours,
Gotcha.
sir. Your name, please, ma'am.
I'm Sammy Jo Roebuck.
Well, I'm seeing you on charges from 4 different courthouses, ma'am. I have you on felony charges for possession of a narcotic drug and possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. I have you on a Pima County Justice Court case for failing to appear for a shoplifting charge, a Tucson City Court case for failing to appear for criminal trespass charges, and a warrant out of Schuylkill County Court of Common Pleas. Give me 1 second.
Okay. No, I'm sure.
Ma'am, have you heard of the STEPS program?
I don't know what that is.
All right. STEPS program is a program where the state of Arizona will dismiss felony charges provided you do drug counseling and drug treatment that's required by Pima County Superior Court. Are you interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay. State's asking that I set a STEPS screening to see if you're eligible to be screened for that program, and then set a preliminary hearing in 45 days. Rohan, do you have time?
If the court is releasing her to pretrial services, then we wait time.
Of course. All right, ma'am, I will grant the state's request and set a pretrial, or sorry, release you to pretrial services, set a STEPS screening for March 30th at 9 a.m., a preliminary hearing for April 7th at 1:30 p.m., and appoint the legal defender's office. Ma'am, you have to go to that March 30th hearing at Superior Court. If you don't,
Okay.
if you don't go to that, this will simply be treated as a felony charge. All right?
Okay.
All right.
And Your Honor, what was the PH date?
April 7th.
Sorry.
On your misdemeanor, ma'am, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You're going to have
Okay.
court on April 2nd.
And this is for city court or
This
justice?
is for Justice Court. Thank you, Ron. Yep. You're going to have 3 different court dates in front of 3 different judges, in front of 3 different courthouses.
Okay.
I hate to do that. I have no choice. All right.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to order you to not go to any location where you're alleged to have shoplifted. Understood?
Understood.
All right. And you're going to have court in front of Judge Foreman, April 2nd at 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
On the city court case, there's a charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. I'll release you again. Set a court date for April 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Assign this case to Judge Bond. And again, ordered not to go back to the incident location where you're alleged to have trespassed.
Okay.
A lot of court dates, ma'am. Right now, one of the most important ones is that steps screening.
Thanks.
They'll hook you up with some resources if you feel like you could learn something from those resources, all right?
And just to clarify, the steps is on March 30th, right?
You know what, Rohan, I'm sorry. I already approved it and it's gone from my queue. Let me check.
Okay, please go.
Sorry? Yeah, March 30th at 9 a.m. Thanks, Rohan. And I don't see any information to deal with this warrant case, ma'am. So know that there's a warrant from Pennsylvania out there, but they have not asked, at least me this morning, to do anything with regards to that.
Okay.
We have any? Ma'am, I don't know what to say with this warrant. I don't even know if the warrant was quashed when you were arrested. All I can see is that there was a warrant issued for your arrest in Pennsylvania on August 2nd of 2021. You might want to contact that courthouse to find out if there's still a warrant for your arrest, because I can't tell you.
Okay.
All right, ma'am, you're excused. Yeah. On the your name, please, sir.
Christian Allen Saunders.
Mr. Saunders, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, promoting prison contraband, and tampering with evidence. State's asking that I release you to pretrial services.
You know, I have put on.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. Yeah, don't say anything yet. I understand you've got other court dates. I'm also seeing you on 6 city court matters. Before I go into the felony, let me deal with the city court matters, sir. I'm seeing you on CM 2400923924020268225028166 and 26002200. I'm going to vacate that April 10th hearing that I think you're going to mention. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you on these charges. I've got a new charge. Yes. I've got a new charge of shoplifting, sir. I'm going to consolidate all these cases together. Just given the amount of failure to appear, sir, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash and secured bond on this case. I'm going to set a court date of March 31st at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw. And enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf on the city court cases. Because of that, sir, I'm inclined to set a $500 bond on the felony case as well to make sure you're getting time credit. Does either party wish to be heard on that?
No, yeah.
So, sir, $500 cash secured bond on your felony case. Court date of April 2nd at 1:30 p.m. I appoint the PD's office to represent you on that one. And with that, sir, you're excused. Thank you.
So,
Your name, please, sir.
Justin Stoll.
All right, Mr. Stoll, I'm seeing you on one post-indictment case for possession of narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of paraphernalia. That's CR 20261093. I'm also seeing you on new charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. State's asking, sir, that I give you another opportunity on pretrial services. Sir, will you come to your court dates?
Yes, sir, I will.
Let me see. I'm gonna set your arraignment in front of me.
Okay.
March 30th. Let's see. When do I have an arraignment? Yeah, that works. All right, sir. I'm gonna set your arraignment in front of me, March 30th, 1:30 p.m. I'm gonna appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. I will release you to pretrial services. Sir, if you do not show up to that March 30th court date, I'm gonna issue a warrant for your arrest. All right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna indicate in the flag, I'm gonna flag the file saying, please do not give Mr. Stowell a third chance. All right, sir?
Yes, sir.
I just want to
Thank you.
make sure that you're on notice of what's gonna happen if you don't show up March 30th, sir.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
On the new charges, sir, have you heard of the STEPS program?
Briefly, I've heard about it. Something I might be interested in doing. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna set a STEPS screening for March
Okay.
30th.
Okay.
All right, so, sir, March 30th is gonna be a busy day for you. At 9 a.m., you're gonna go to that STEPS screening and find out whether you're eligible to do this kind of diversion program that's run jointly between the prosecutor and the courthouse. Then at 1:30, you're gonna come see me on a different floor, actually same floor, but different courtroom, for your arraignment on your post-indictment case, all right?
Okay.
All right, so schedule some time, block off some time on that Monday, sir.
Yes, sir. I will.
Ron, you waive time for the PH?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
So we're gonna do a preliminary hearing on April 7th for the new charges. That date is unlikely to go, so please speak to your attorney about that. I'm gonna appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. And again, release you to pretrial services. All right, so with that, you are excused.
Awesome.
Your name, please, ma'am?
Rochelle Emily Tuis.
I'm seeing you on charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. State's asking that I release you to pretrial services instead of step screening. Ma'am, have you heard of the STEPS program?
Yes, I have.
Are you interested in it?
Yes, I would be interested in it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll do a step screening, ma'am, for March 30th at 9 a.m. Ron, you have time?
Yes, Judge, if she's being released to PTS.
Thank you. Ma'am, I will release you to pretrial services, set a preliminary hearing of April 7th at 1:30 p.m. And
Okay.
the PD's office to represent you. Ms. Tuis, so it's incredibly important that you show up to court Monday morning at 9 a.m. for that screening. If you don't do that, then the state of Arizona will simply charge this as a class 4 felony. All right?
Yes, Your Honor. Understood.
I'm going to give you some options for treatment and will allow the state to dismiss these charges.
Okay.
Ma'am, you're excused. Dale, that's it, right?
This is your
That is it, Your Honor. Thank you.
This hearing, STEPS hearing. They will dismiss your case. One.
All right. Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Parr, are you our interpreter today?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. I do believe we only have one listed as needing an interpreter, but can you do just a general call to the gallery real quick before we get started?
Yes, Your Honor. Buenos días, soy el intérprete judicial. Si necesita asistencia en español para su audiencia, por favor, levante su mano.
I believe we just have the one who already has the headset on, so.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. This is the time for the 11 a.m. calendar and initial appearance court on March 23rd, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. Before we get started, I am going to read the victim's rights advisement. You are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court. You are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I am ordering today. Let's begin with Wilmer Sebastian Mateo to the podium and George Kume to the chair, please. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Wilmer Misael Sebastián Mateo, 30 de marzo del 2005.
Wilmer Misael Sebastián Mateo, March 30th of 2005.
Thank you. We are here today on a justice court new case. You were arrested on allegations of one count of driving under the influence of liquor, drugs, or vapor, class 1 misdemeanor, one count of driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or more, class 1 misdemeanor, one count of extreme driving under the influence, blood alcohol content of 0.15 to 0.2, class 1 misdemeanor, and possessing an open container of liquor in a vehicle, class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable causes to these allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the North Mesa Justice Court on April 9th at 1 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. It is likely that your license has been suspended based on these allegations, so check with the MVD before you get behind the wheel of any vehicle. All this information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
No.
All right, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and hand the officer your headset. And Mr. Parr, since that was the only one we needed you on, feel free to disconnect at any time. I appreciate you being available today.
Thank you, sir.
George Kume to the podium and Martin Leone to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
George J. Keamy Sr., born November 17th, 1970.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, class 3 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, class 4 felony, prohibited weapon manufacturing, possessing, or selling, class 4 felony, and discharging a firearm in the city limit, class 6 felony. I will find probable cause on these allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $15,000. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering pretrial services to supervise you in the community and for them to install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release.
You might as well just keep me in
I'm also
jail.
ordering that you're not to return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim in this case. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? All right, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Martin Leone to the podium and Lisa Thomas to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Martin Leone, 9/22/90.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 30th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured appearance bond today in the amount of $1,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 24 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Lisa Thomas to the podium and Jesus Chavez to the chair, please.
Oops.
Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
2/28/78. My name is Lisa Thomas.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to receive an envelope with your paperwork today that has details on pretrial release. Please read through that. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay,
No.
grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mr. Kume, can we have you back up to the podium real quick?
I'm sorry, I just.
So, hold on. I understand that you're not exactly happy with the decision that I made today.
I've done nothing
However,
wrong.
Hold on. However, when you're sitting in the gallery, yelling, making noises, hitting the chairs in there, that disrupts everyone else's court hearings. Another judge could hold you in contempt for that very same action in my gallery today. I'm not going to do that. But we need to treat the courtroom as a professional environment with respect.
I understand, and I apologize.
We are not here today to determine whether the allegations against you are true. We're just here because you were arrested on these allegations. There's about 15 different factors that I have to consider when setting release conditions. What I have concerns about on your case are the allegations against you include allegations that you pointed a weapon at another individual.
I never pointed a weapon at no individual.
And like I said, I understand that you have issues with that, and we're not determining whether those allegations are true today.
I am a caretaker at my home.
Sir, do not.
You are depriving my home of.
Do not talk over me, or I'm going to have you removed from the courtroom. I understand that you are concerned and you have issues with what have been brought against you today. I am appointing you an attorney. I highly suggest talking to your attorney about fighting the allegations.
When is my court date?
Your next court date is going to be on the 30th. That's in 7 days.
Screw my family. Thank you.
Go ahead and take a seat. And please refrain from hitting the chairs or making noises in the gallery. Jesus Chavez to the podium, and Modesto Gonzalez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jesus Chavez, November 5th, 1979.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of criminal trespassing, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No,
okay.
Just thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Modesto Gonzalez to the podium and Edgar Coronel to the chair, please.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Modesto Gonzalez, 6/23/1973.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and criminal trespassing, Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm only finding probable cause as to the trespass allegation today, not the 3 drug allegations. I was not provided with enough information from the arresting agency. Doesn't mean that those allegations go away. They could definitely charge you with those down the line with additional information, but for today's purposes, I'm not going to hold you on those allegations.
Thank you.
We're also here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the South Mountain Justice Court on a case involving exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour. I am going to set an arraignment hearing on that case on the South Mountain Justice Court on April 8th at 9 a.m. And I am going to set hearings in your new case on a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30. Those 2 hearings are going to be in the downtown Superior Court. I will appoint you an attorney on your new case. On your justice court case, because you're not being held today, I'm not going to appoint you an attorney. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services on your new case, and on your justice court case on your own recognizance. On your new case, I am going to provide you with an envelope that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through those.
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that'll be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Edgar Coronel to the podium and Jessica Williams to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Edgar Coronel, 12/30/87.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases, a Superior Court new case and a probation violation. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney on both of these cases. I am going to set a status conference on April 7th at 8:30, a probation and revocation arraignment hearing on March 30th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30. All that's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you to the supervision of your probation officer in both of these cases. So you're going to be released, but you have to report to probation. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you have to contact probation within 72 hours of your release, but I would suggest doing that as soon as you're released. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
And so I did just want to note, I saw the notes in your probation officer's notes on your probation case that you're doing relatively well. Sounds like you're going through some stuff right now. I'm going to release you because you're doing so well on your cases, but keep up the good work. I understand that you're going through some struggles right now, but don't let that derail you in your case, okay? Okay. Grab your paperwork and have a seat.
I know you're about.
Jessica Williams to the podium and Thomas Ulibarri to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jessica Williams, 3/23/94.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, resisting arrest, Class 1 misdemeanor, driving under the influence of a drug metabolite, Class 1 misdemeanor, and exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable causes to these allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. It is likely that your license has been suspended based on the allegations, so check with the MVD before you get behind the wheel of any vehicle. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, I guess.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Thomas Ulibarri to the podium. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Thomas Ulibarri, 10/14/2000.
Thank you. We are here today on 6 different cases. 5 of those cases are warrants out of the Buckeye Municipal Court, and 1 case is a Justice Court warrant out of the West Mesa Justice Court. I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on April 7th at 8:30, and I'm going to set a arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on April 7th at 2 p.m. So those court dates are at different locations. All the addresses and dates are going to be in your paperwork. Make sure you pay attention to what courthouse is at what date and time. I am going to release you on your own recognizance on each of these cases. As a part of your release, I am going to order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crimes, no contacting any of the arresting officers, and no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, does that mean that the officers can't have any contact with me either? Because they keep messing with me. Like, if they see me and they just keep messing. That's why I can't, like, I don't even go by them. They all tell me, like, doing, like, nothing. They all just keep fucking with me. I mean, messing, I apologize. Keep messing with me.
It's fine. So I cannot order them to do or not do anything as a part of their case, but I can order you to do or not do things because you're in front of me on these. I'm ordering that you can't initiate contact.
Yeah, like,
if you have an issue because the officers seem to be harassing you in any way, there is a protocol in which you can try to report them internally through the police department, but that'll be something you have to follow up there. I don't have any control to tell them not to talk to you.
And that's through their police department that I've had to do with you? So nothing will happen then, right?
I mean, I don't know what's going on, so I can't say for sure yes or no to that, but there is a protocol to report that if you think you are being harassed.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
The final two matters on the calendars were both listed as house calls. Number 7 was listed as non-acute suicide watch. Number 3 was listed as being combative. Based on those reports, I will find that they are a danger to themselves or others if they were brought to court, so I will conduct their initial appearances at their cell. For number 3, Quintarius Mason, we're here on a Superior Court new case, arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and appoint an attorney, set a status conference on March 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30. We do need a bond hearing on that one. Did you know what the date's going to be? Oh, you're fine, no worries. No rush. Imagining it's either the 30th or the 31st in the afternoon. Oh, you're fine. The 30th. I also set a bond hearing, an evidentiary hearing on March 30th at 1:30 p.m. Because he was on felony release, I am holding him non-bondable. For number 7, Josiah Amato, we're here on a Superior Court new case, arrested on allegations of misconduct involving weapons, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and appoint an attorney, set a status conference on April 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 9th at 8:30, and I will release him on his own recognizance. I will conduct each of these initial appearances at their cells and provide them with a written copy of my orders. If there are any modifications or changes that need to be made, I will do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude all of the matters on the 11 a.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 2 p.m.